Okay. So, let's start. So here's the deal. We walk around with, we're going to talk about paradigms today, right? So paradigms are what? What is a paradigm? I should know the technical definition, but anyway, a paradigm is the MO, the modus operandi, that is the way that you, a separated character, has decided about something and the reality that you live in. There's all the paradigms that you live in come from the meanings that you give to everything, right? And we, as a collective separated self, have given meaning to certain things. And so we live in a certain paradigm. The paradigm that we're going to talk about, that I want to point out to you right now, is the paradigm of duality. We talk about it here all the time because the main subject is abiding non-duality. So to know what one thing is, it's always good to know what the opposite of it is, because sometimes it's very difficult to give you a very specific definition of non-duality. So let's go to duality. So duality is a paradigm, and that paradigm states that it's always subject, object, right? So it's always, and you're always the subject. It's always you. You're always the subject. Like I always say that everyone is tuned to WIIFM, what's in it for me. That's the station that you're on, whether you know it or not. The food that you choose to eat is based on you. The temperature that you like is based on you. The career that you choose is based on you. How you deal with others is based on you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's like the separated self is running around being narcissistic. Now, not narcissistic in the way that you think, but it is all related back to the paradigm of me and them, me and it, me and my experience. So that's how we see the world. That's how we walk through the world. That's how we walk through this thing that we call life. And is there really a life? Is there? Because seriously, you think you have a life. Do you really have a life? Because that would imply that there's a you and then you have a life. Or are you and life one? Or not? I don't know. This is the paradigm that we're looking at here. And that paradigm is one that is meant to keep the character of the self over here and the thing over there. I don't care if it's the goal that you want. I don't care if it's the state that you're looking to get into. I'm sad here, so I want to be happy over there, right? Or the weight, state or weight. I'm overweight here and I want to be underweight over there. It's always subject object, and that is duality. Hello, seeds. So that is in that paradigm system. I'm going to use your names, is the seeds of what? Suffering. Is the seeds of suffering. So that paradigm of me, them, me, it is the seeds of suffering. You think about it for 2 seconds, 2 seconds. When your character has been suffering, you might be suffering right now. Who knows? It is always related to subject object. Always. And you're always the subject. My life has to change. My money has to change. My physical life has to change. My partner has to change. My environment has to change. This is all subject object, and your suffering comes from subject object. That's the paradigm that we're talking about, right? So today I'm going to posit another paradigm. And this other paradigm is something that's very powerful. So let me pull out my handy dandy sketch pad. Let me see if I can find it. I did this the other day. I have it. I found it right away. Okay, so that paradigm That paradigm states that you, this is going to be hard, but I'll try. This is you, and this is all of the universe. This is all reality, and this goes on and on and on forever. This goes on, it goes up, goes down, goes in, goes out. But you are this. So you are the subject, and this is the object. Everything else lives in this. Do you understand? So this is you. So you are here. Everything else is here. You are in the universe. You are a little creature. It's like the I gotta find the quote, because when I was talking about this the other day. The quote from Carl Sagan when he has the picture, you've seen it, I'm sure, the picture of the little tiny little dust speck on a big picture of the universe, and they're like, that is the Earth, and you are a piece of dust that's even on that Earth. You know, that feeling of like, I'm so small in this huge thing. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's the paradigm that you're living in. You're the ant in the ant farm. Capiche? Now, let's talk about this. I'm going to posit to you the opposite. If this is the universe, and this is you, I want you to think about the opposite. What if we label this you and this the universe? This is you and this is the universe. What's coming up? I've been talking for a while. What's coming up for anybody? What if you're not in the universe? But what if the universe is in you? How would that work? What is the dot? The dot is a dot. It's limited. It's insignificant. It's blah, 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 blah. Lots of labels. What's this out here? Limitlessness. Pure potentiality. In A Course in Miracles, he says over and over and over, you do not know what you really are. Why do you think he's saying that? Because he knows that you think you're the dot. You think that that's you. That's a big, huge paradigm shift. It's everything, right? Yeah. So why are we talking about this? Because your paradigm affects everything in your life. Most people, as I said, are walking around as the dot. They think they're the dot trying to get their way through the forest, trying to make their way through whatever. Now, what if you, this is why there isn't really a you. If you watch me all the time and you hear me, I'm always like, there is no you. What are you talking about? You're a character. You're a character within something, but there's no you. It's just a fiction. This is why there is no character, right? There is no character at all. There only is what is, right? So if you're walking around the world as this rather than this, I guarantee you your whole life was going to be different. You relate completely differently because you're not relating as a little tiny little character anymore. And this is not egotistical or anything like that, because that would still be as the dot. This is a fundamental shift of what you really are, not who you really are. This is why I say, and this is just a way of saying it, you are not in the universe. The universe is in you. Right? Okay, take a deep breath. Okay. What is coming up for anybody? What's coming up for you? I'll put my visual aids to the side here. All about love. What's coming up for you? You can say anything. You can ask a question. You can make a comment. You can say you're full of shit, which I always say. You can be like, what the fuck? You can put that in there in the chat because we have conversations here. That's what we do. Kyrie, I think I might be more than I thought I ever was. That's right. Amen, sister. I've worked with people for 30 years. And I'm constantly, even more than that probably, I'm constantly, in one way or another, reminding them they're not what they think they are. Through how I respond to them, what I say to them. I'm not always dealing with the character. Sometimes you are dealing with the character, of course. But the character is the smallest little part of you. In the Course in Miracles, he asks you, do not, I'm putting my own words on this, do not react to the character. React to the truth in your brother and sister. Don't react to the character, because then you are literally confirming they're the dot. Why would you do that? Because you think you're a dot. Moon says, don't think, no. Yep. But there's no one there to know. It eliminates the self, right? But somehow the self happens, but the whole relationship to the self is completely different. Right?